Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Click, listen, enjoy.
Keep listening to our weekly episodes to find out more.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Book Chat. I'm your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone is having a great day. It's a little bit stormy here where we are, but that's okay. It's to be expected. It's that time of the year where you have pretty days and then you have not so pretty days. But I guess you have to take the good with the bad. And so we'll get just a little bit more involved with that in just a minute. But I just wanted to make sure that everybody's having a great week. Hope you had a great holiday. Celebrated the 4th of July this past week. It was very nice. Had family over. Just had a great time. I always enjoy family time. And, the holidays give me the opportunity to entertain and to interact with my family that I love so dearly. So I hope that it was the same for you. And if all minds are clear, let's get to today's show. All right. So the title of today's show is Color Me Bad. And the topic is creating the perfect villain. First, just let me say, I am pro-hero in any story I take time to read, and because this is important to me. However, every great story needs an evil character to make the plot more interesting. Just for an example, we're going to go with today's topic, the perfect villain. Just to use this as an example. Every good writer knows that villains drive the story as much as the good guy. Without the evil villain, you basically have nothing to enthrall the reader. As much as we hate the bad guys, we need conflict to make the story exciting. Evil is sometimes overrated, but even the worst in the gamut of storytelling has a purpose. I've read my share of great stories, and I've had a love-hate relationship with all the antagonists, but I understood every despicable thing they did or said was necessary to make you fall in love with the hero. So have you ever wondered how the writer obtained the idea to create such loathsome individuals? I had to say it twice. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll share with you some of the secrets that make them seem so compelling. First, you need some details, and you can usually start with someone that you know. Now, I'm just going to go here and use this example. An old boyfriend who ruined your life, or a female rival who's stolen away from you. The perfect revenge, right? This takes us to the next step, character traits. If your imagination isn't finding anything useful here, these are a few more tips for you. Even the vilest villains have some common traits that we can identify with, such as their strengths. Now, let's face it, it takes a strong person to be evil. Evil doing is not for the weak at heart. You might not think about it, but bravery is another character trait to throw into the mix. Listen, being bad is a form of art, and it tips the scale of bravery. Evil villains aren't afraid of anything. They don't mind stepping on a few toes or fingers, for that matter, to get to the top of the evil character food chain. Now, if you're going to be bad, then there isn't any room for regrets. Just jump right into the role and let your badness come forth. Another thing you can count on from evil villains is that they are reliable. You never have to worry or wonder if they will be on schedule for the next deplorable act. Evil is like the spot on. Evil is like the spots on a leopard. they don't change. You heard that expression many times, that people don't change their ways, just like leopards can't change their spots. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. But if you notice in every story or any story that you read that has a really good plot line, you can always, at some point in time that the evil person is going to come through. It's like you can count on them coming through to do something so bad, that makes you just want to just kill them out of the story. But, they sort of make the story. You need them, to drive it. You need them from, at some point to introduce them to the readers. And then, and it drives the story all the way through to keep some level of conflict transpiring between the good guy and the bad guy. So we all like that. We all like it when the hero springs into action, to save someone, or when the evil guy comes in on the scene and he's just doing what he does best, being evil, and it's like that love-hate kind of thing going on between the hero and the antagonist. Now they are freakishly dauntless, like a speeding train with no brakes. They are on a mission of destruction and will never leave you guessing if they will be able to complete a task. If you have them scheduled to wreak havoc, they will show up and show out. You won't be disappointed. Most villains are tough. Have you ever noticed that? They are really, really tough. It's like, how many weakling villains have you ever seen? None. None. If you look at Star Wars, for instance, Darth Vader, he was a villain, dressed in black, but he was strong. There was nothing weak about him. And, and they can take a licking and keep on ticking. How many stories have you read where the bad guy bites the dust and you think game over? But they get back up, eviler, and that is a word, folks, and more determined to make the hero as miserable as possible. Okay, so now that you have some great character insight for villains, I'll leave you with this thought. Creating characters of any type should be fun. It doesn't mean that you have a dark side simply because you like making people cringe when they meet the nemesis of the story for the first time. The world is filled with both bad and good, but in the story realm, you get to control the level of destruction. And if you think about it, about how the world with evil and good, how it correlates with the evil and good inside of the stories that you read, how much they share in common. But the thing of it is that, it is equally balanced. It's an equally balanced role. And, and you need to just keep that thought in mind. It's important to know, what works here and what doesn't work there. It's just one of those things, I guess. But who does not like a good villain in every story? It's like we live for that. We really do. It's one of the things that make you want to watch, a really good movie. I don't know what it is. It's like, we all like happy endings. That's just the way it is. We all want to, the story might start out bad. It may have some very bad things that take place somewhere in the middle. But when the end comes, we always want it to, to have that happy ending, that storybook happy ending. And, sometimes real life is not, it's not that way at all. But it's just the point of, of realizing that sometimes the real world carries over into the storybook world, and therefore you get the good, you get the bad, but the most important thing is how it all balances out. I think that's the thing when you are creating villains in any story. You want to make sure that you have a good you have a good balance of both of those things, not too much of one, and and not too little of the other. They work well together. It's just like in the world we live in. I'm just going to go back to that, just for a moment. We always have a balance of good and bad, good and evil, So it sort of makes you think that this is where it all came from. At some point in time, somebody said, oh, wait a minute, let's mirror the world with, let's mirror a story with the world, It's just crazy. It's so crazy. But, but you have to realize that, even the world shares some commonalities, with the fictional plane, because like I said, they both are filled with bad and good, and you must admit they do work well together, creating equally balanced roles when it comes to the hero and the villain. But the difference is, in the story realm, you get to control the level of destruction. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today. And I do hope that you did get something out of today's show. I hope that it was useful. I hope that it was just a little bit amusing for you, just a little bit entertaining. I tried to keep it light and on the funny side. But before I let you go, I do want to give you ways to keep in contact with me, ways to stay on top of the show. And so what I want to do is, first of all, give you the URL for the show that is on Spreaker, and that is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also check me out on Facebook. That address is https://www.facebook.com/Vivian Moore author. You can also follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is God's Property 46. You can also check out the weekly uploads that I share on Instagram to let you know the title of the show and the topic of the show. And all of this information that I'm giving you now, that is also on the Instagram page. But that one is https://Instagram.com/God's Property 51. You can also check out my website, which is on https://vivianmoore.wixsite. That's WIXSITE.com/author Vivian Moore. And you can also read the transcript of today's show on my blog site, which is at https://vivianemore.blogspot.com. And you can also listen to the show on iTunes and iHeartRadio. So those are all the ways to get in contact, to stay in contact, and to listen to the show every week on Saturdays at 6 o'clock. And also tomorrow's worship day. I hope that you're planning on going to church, and I hope you're planning on taking someone with you. Take a family member, take a friend, take a child. Take someone with you to church tomorrow. And remember to tell someone that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only day you get to say that. I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
If you enjoyed today's show, please head over to iTunes, give us a rating, and leave a review.
Thank you for listening.